Season 6 of Cobra Kai presented us with a terrible tragedy in Tory's life. Her mother died, apparently of natural causes, but many fans think there's more behind the tragedy. Today on Charlietales, I want to talk about a theory that suggests John KREESE was responsible for this crime. Ready? Let's go! Episode 5 showed us Tory's terrible tragedy. Her mother died in her apartment, and according to doctors, it happened due to a pulmonary embolism caused by a blood clot. This is the official explanation of the series. But let's move on to the theory. Could John KREESE have been responsible for this death? The doctor said the woman died from a blood clot. The only feasible way KREESE could cause this is with some type of poison. And just coincidentally, the season showed us John KREESE being poisoned in Korea. In real life, there are snake venoms capable of causing blood clots, so the possibility exists. I'm not a doctor, so I can't ensure this is ultra realistic, but it's believable enough for a streaming series. KREESE could have caused the blood clot in the woman's blood with some poison from Korea. Also, in the scene of the death, we can see the stove burner is on. Tory's mom was cooking before she died. This is too perfect. KREESE simply had to place the poison in the pot, ensuring Tory's mother would ingest it. Too easy. Another detail supporting the theory is the way the woman fell. If we look closely, she died with her fist clenched, as if she had tried to defend herself. This makes me think the woman might have seen KREESE in her apartment before she died. That's why her hand is in a defensive position. The series emphasizes showing us this clenched fist. As for abilities, KREESE could easily find Tory's apartment and sneak in silently. He specializes in that. Remember season 3, when he visited Tory in her apartment and told her he was in reconnaissance forces in Vietnam and spent 18 months undercover. He's an expert in tracking people. But perhaps the clearest clue is this. In episode 5, KREESE asks Tory to join Cobra Kai, but she refuses. And coincidentally, that same afternoon, her mother dies. It's too much of a coincidence, my friends. The series itself wants us to think of KREESE as the culprit. KREESE had too much to gain from Tory's mother's death, so she would return to Cobra Kai. He already knew her mother was sick. He had the tools, the opportunity, and the motivation. So in terms of evidence, the theory holds up. But the real question is, would KREESE actually be capable of killing Tory's mother? Is he that evil to do something like that? The answer can be yes or no, depending on how we analyze it. I'll show you the arguments for both options. First, let's go with yes. Throughout the series, John KREESE has shown himself as someone evil, but with a good heart deep down. He has even connected with Tory and protected her in the past. Could someone like that kill her mother? Normally I'd say no. But in this 6th season, they showed us how KREESE underwent tough training in South Korea to finally eradicate his emotional weaknesses. That's why we saw him fighting Johnny Lawrence in the cave. This was a way of telling us the character finally got rid of his weaknesses and is willing to do anything to win. Now KREESE is a dark man capable of anything. Considering the season's context, it's feasible to think this new John KREESE would be capable of something so dark. But now let's look at the other side. Could KREESE be innocent? As I said before, KREESE is evil, but not that evil. He has shown some kindness on several occasions. The series showed us how he connected with Tory as if he were a grandfather to her and defended her in the past. With this in mind, I find it impossible to think he would do something so dark. Placing this woman's murder on KREESE would position him as someone diabolical, with no return and no capacity for seeking forgiveness. Honestly, I don't think the series wants to send that kind of message. For several seasons now, they've shown us that KREESE was a good person in his youth, and many times he has shown kindness, despite everything. The series has tried to explain that he can change. In fact, it's very likely the series wants to advance this idea. That's why they put Tory on Cobra Kai's side, so she could finally pull him out of the darkness. Cobra Kai is a series with several dark moments, but most of the time, it works with the message that everyone can change, and it's never too late to do the right thing. John KREESE could be the perfect example of that idea. But then, who killed Tory's mom? Well, if we remove KREESE from the equation, only one person remains. I think it's possible that Terry Silver himself was involved in this. Remember, he's in prison, but no one has seen him this season. Silver is indeed the type of person capable of killing. We saw him last season attacking Chosen with a sword. He doesn't mess around. When he wants something, he'll do whatever it takes to get it. It's possible he used this woman's death to fracture Tory's mind and weaken Miyagi-Do. This way he could organize a new attack to reclaim Cobra Kai when KREESE is not looking. I think Terry Silver is indeed a character malicious enough to do something like that. Moreover, from series leaks, we already know Silver will return in the next part of Cobra Kai. He has filmed some scenes that haven't been shown yet. In terms of evil, Silver is much more dangerous than KREESE. If anyone is capable of killing Tory's mom, it's probably Silver. Also, he has military training and a lot of money to do whatever it takes. He's supposed to be in prison, but it wouldn't be surprising if he used his money to buy justice. And now, while we're talking, he's free out there. Remember that Cobra Kai's justice system is a complete mess. John KREESE is supposed to be a fugitive, but we still see him wandering around the world. One day he's in South Korea, the next he's back in the United States, and then he's in Spain. But going back to Tory's mom, we still have one possibility we haven't analyzed. The last option is outside complicated theories. Maybe Tory's mom died naturally, purely by chance. Remember, she had been sick for many years, and her own doctor told us that the time she lived these years was a gift since she should have died long ago. As for the woman's fist, it's just a symbol of the message she gave Tory when she was a child. She always said Tory should fight, and the clenched fist is a symbol that her mother died fighting. She never gave up on her illness. She even tried to survive in her final moments. This eliminates any theory involving KREESE. And while a natural death might feel somewhat disappointing, it is quite believable. Many times, fans create complicated theories, but the reality is that writers tend to aim for simpler, more logical plots. Maybe Tory's mom's death was a coincidence, and the writers are using it as a tool to get Tory to join Cobra Kai. In terms of the script, she is very important on the dark side, because that way, they can reunite her with KREESE, and maybe they'll have a redemption arc together, with KREESE becoming a good person thanks to Tory. This is more logical, simple, and functional. Tory is the only one who has connected with KREESE in these years. She could bring him back to the light side. This fits quite well with the series' positive philosophy, and would allow us to see KREESE's redemption, while our heroes face Silver again as the true villain of the season. Unfortunately, the following episodes will be very difficult for Tory. It's very likely that we will see her suffer a lot. Her mother died, she broke up with her boyfriend and friends, and she doesn't even know the kids she'll be with in Cobra Kai. I'm sure that the next part of Season 6 will show Tory dealing with these problems while seeking refuge in John KREESE. But well, that's all I can say about this interesting theory. What do you think? Did John KREESE kill Tory's mom? Or was it all a coincidence? I read your comments. If you liked the video, it would help me a lot if you left me a like. That would be legendary. Also, remember to subscribe, because I'll be uploading more Cobra Kai videos. Thanks for listening. My name is Charlie, and I'll see you in the future.